Hi everyone, my name is Paul Labbato. I'm an Algebra 2 and Pre-Calculus teacher, and I'm excited to give you an insight of what's going on in the classroom this year and how the students will be, achieving their grade and learning the current material for this particular class. Just to give you an idea what the Zoom meetings will look like and what the philosophy of my class is, well, we're going to start out by flipping the classroom. Now, what does that mean? I'm asking the kids to watch videos that I've made or the team has made, which take into consideration all the notes, and they can rewind those notes and watch them twice, and they can take the notes in a notebook. They can also do the notes on a printed out uh, worksheet. So with that being said, what they're doing with a flipped classroom is they're looking at the notes and getting a general idea of the conceptual ideas outside of class. Then they're coming into class and we are getting really into the ideas of what they were supposed to kind of get a gist of. So it's like the second day of class. When they learn something in a regular year, the first day of class, and they kind of leave the room and they don't quite understand what's going on, the teacher the next day says, hey, you know what, we're going to go over everything again. And they kind of feel a nice relief when that happens. So when they come to the Zoom meetings, it will feel like the second day of class always, where they've done the work outside of the classroom. And then when they come in, we go over all the concepts and make sure that they get it. And that's what a flipped classroom is. And that's the concept that we're going with at the start of this year. So out of class, exactly what is it that they are looking to do? What will happen outside of class? I'm asking them to watch a lesson video on the current material, finish the homework outside of class, Delta Math, which is a site that we're using, and Canvas assignments. This is anything that we don't finish in class, then that gets pushed to they should finish it out of class. Practice, uh, set up extra help sessions. This is all outside of class, and of course studying normal. So what does outside of class really look like? Let's get into that. They go to Canvas every day and they see what videos they're supposed to do for the week. They're posted on the Friday previous to the week that they are starting. So they can even do that over the weekend for the next week. It takes about an hour to watch all 3 videos if there are 3 videos. It takes about an hour. If there are only 2 videos, well, it's going to take a lot less. They should print the notes or just use their notebook to keep organized. The videos are between usually 12 and 18 minutes. Have they been shorter than that, of course, and have they been longer than that, of course, but usually around 15 to 18 minutes. Uh, Other assignments outside of class, they just need to make sure that they are keeping up with what's on Canvas. So then what happens in class? Now that we know that they're supposed to be looking at videos and getting an idea of what the concepts are outside of class, what does in class look like? Well, let me get that. Sorry, missed that. Inside of class, we do warm-ups. Hold on one second here. Thank you. We do warm-ups, which cover old material that we've just been doing the previous week. So we never it's a spiraling concept. We do extra practice on difficult material. The kids could ask questions and say, you know what, I didn't really understand this particular concept. Can you do more of those? That will go in class. We could do challenge questions, ACT and SAT type questions. I could do group assignments where we use breakout rooms. Right now I'm doing individual breakout rooms, and I've talked to just about every student twice, some of them only once, but I'll be talking to them again, where we talk and just kind of talk about the difficulties of doing that and making sure that they're okay. Uh, what else happens in class? I give them time to do their homework in class, Canvas assignments, quizzes can be in class, and the Delta Math, which is a nice little program that shows us how they're doing on practice. So in class, we ask them to be engaged, to come prepared, and have watched the class videos. We ask them to take a notebook out and work math problems in class together. I ask them to have their book in the room that they're working on, but the book is also online PDF on Canvas. I ask them to print worksheets. I ask them that if they don't want to print worksheets, they can just do the work in their notebook. I ask them to have their TI-84 calculator handy, and just realize that 2 of the 3 days are 75-minute block schedules, so I have to make sure I make that time work for all kids. Okay, grades. Hold on one second. Grades are a little bit different this year, and I just want to make sure that I give you that idea. Grades are tests only. Each semester there are 5 or 6 tests, and we take the average of those tests and we assign a grade this year. So think about that. They can do none of their homework and score A's on tests and get an A in the class. They could do all of their homework and have an 88% on tests, and they'll have an 88% in the class. The tests are the only things that count. So when we say we're going to do a quiz, why would they try on that quiz? Well, the only thing that I can say, and I try to really instill in them, is the quiz is to see how you're going to do on the test. What material you know and what material you don't know. So try really hard on the quizzes, and then we can figure out what you know and what you don't know on the tests, because the tests are going to be the only thing that counts. There's homework on Canvas and Delta Math and in the book. Those are all not going to count towards the final grade. So therefore, we want students to do homework. We want students to try on quizzes, but the tests are going to be the only thing that counts. All the quizzes and tests are tied into the retake policy. So the team has come up with an idea that all assignments must be completed in the proper due dates in order to be eligible for a retake. So if students are doing no work all 2 weeks, 3 weeks, take a test, get a 71% and say, I want a retake, and we look back and say, you haven't done any of the work, you forfeited your right for the retake. That's the way the team wrote the policy. Now, if you do all your work, which is really not that much. At this point, we've done 2 things on Delta Math and 1 thing on Canvas in 3 weeks, and they've done those 3 things, they're already eligible for a retake. So that's kind of how that works. Now, it's all subject to each individual and finding out how their computers are working and things like that, but right now that's the policy as written. Okay, so how does the Zoom class look? If you haven't seen it yet, you see my screen, which has all the math on it, and you also see me in the corner. So they're getting a chance seeing me working, and they're getting a good look at what math is going on. I asked them to mute their screens, but they're allowed to jump in and interrupt and ask questions at any point. With their cameras, I've asked them camera on, but if they don't want their camera on, I've asked for maybe a picture. I would prefer it of them, so I feel like I know what they look like and who they are. But if they just wanted a background camera picture, that's fine. They're allowed to use filters and things like that. Breakout rooms are where it gets a little bit challenging. We want them to have their camera on in the breakout room so the students can see them. Their attendance it's recorded. I'm taking attendance, and if I don't see them at all in the Zoom room, I mark them absent. If they come for 5 minutes and then think they're sneaking out of the Zoom call, I also mark them absent because I get notified when they leave how many minutes they spent in the call. In case of an emergency like a power outage at North Campus and the Zoom call goes off, or in any case they don't see the class happening, they go to Canvas and they kind of see what we're doing. And then if, let's say, the Zoom call suddenly ends, they would go back to Canvas in 10 minutes to see what happened. And I would either say, hey, come back to class, everything's fine. Oh, the power went off and we lost the call. Or, hey, the power's off and I need you to just finish what's on Canvas, the assignments, do the Delta Math assignment. I would be able to do that on Canvas. How does your student get extra help? Well, the class time is set up for help. Because I'm not teaching brand new concepts during class, they're supposed to have watched the videos. The whole entire 75 minutes or 35 minutes on Monday are all about extra help. I give them challenge problems. They ask questions on those challenge problems. If I feel or know from past experience that they need more, we do more. If someone raises their hand or interrupts and says, hey, you know what, I really don't understand things, that's when they can get help. If I put them in breakout rooms at the end of Zoom, into individual breakout rooms, they can call me to come in for individual tutoring during the class time. providing that I put them in individual breakout rooms, which I usually do. If you need more time, we have this VP time in the morning before school. We also have it in the afternoon after school. And you must schedule that meeting so I know when to be at the computer and waiting for their call. So they can email me and say, hey, on Tuesday at 7:45 or even at 8:15, I can be on the VP link. Can you be there with me? And I'll confirm it, make a reminder, and I'll be there. And it's been working very well. I've had probably 15 or 17 little extra time with people where they scheduled and then we've had conversations. So please use that possibility for extra help. I appreciate all your support with everything that we're doing. Uh, I look forward to meeting all the students in person, and hopefully that happens in the near future. Just really excited to get going this year and make sure we get a great experience all the way through. If you have any questions, please email me. It's plabbato@lths.net, and look forward to seeing you in the near future. Thanks, everybody.